has the balls to fix?
You know no one's gonna give a shit.
What the fuck? Son of a bitch. Fuck it. Hey everybody, Jonathan Sky here with the second episode of Hates His Life Repairman. Now before I get started with anything, I'm just gonna go right out there and say, you know what really makes me hate my fucking life? Goddamn fucking Famicom cartridges. You can never get these fucking things open. Never. So today, I'm going to be showing you how to do a... it's going to take a little work, but it's really cool. A nice little modification to your Famicom cartridges. So you can just use a small Phillips head screwdriver, pop it off, take the chip out if you want to put it into your adapter so you can play, you know, those games on your Nintendo. Alright, so I'm going to go into a couple of things here. Now, first I'm going to show you what I did with mine just to give you a quick overview. Okay, so I have Final Fantasy 1, 2, and 3 on Famicom, and it was a bitch and a pain in the ass to try and get these things open so I could take the chip out, clean them out, put them in my adapter, so on and so forth. So what I did was, I ripped them apart, broke off those tabs, and I drilled my own little holes in here for screws, and I put plastic anchors in here for them. So I'm just going to open these up, show you what it looks like inside. Comes out nice and easy now. Alright, so if you look inside, I cut down plastic anchors down a little bit, glued them in there with Gorilla Glue. They sit in there nice and easy. You put the chip back inside, cover back over, there's two little screws, right back inside. It's wonderful. Okay, so as you know, with Nintendo cartridges, Sega, N64, you know, you can get those star wrenches, open them up yourself, take out the chip, clean them if you want, do all that shit. But like, wait, first of all, like, star wrenches? Like, why? Why go through all that trouble? Why can't we just use a fucking good old school mini Phillips head screwdriver and open that shit? No, because they gotta fucking do their own thing because they don't want us doing it, like their own little system. Well, fuck you, fuck that, to their own system, what have you. But anyway, so with the Famicom cartridges, it was, yeah, like I said, it was a nightmare. And I looked up on YouTube and there was this guy had like this fucking the vice grip, the clamp to hold it so you could pop the tabs on the inside without breaking them. You know, fuck you to all that. So I'm going to be showing you everything with Gradius 2. I pretty much bought this just so I could do the episode. But no, it's a good thing that I bought it because now it finishes my trilogy. You know, because I got Gradius 1 for NES, Gradius 3 for Super Nintendo. Now, if you want to talk about good games, I would definitely recommend Gradius 3. This is an amazing game and one that I classify as a real game. Well, what do you mean real game versus just a regular game? I'll tell you, okay? Now, you got a whole bunch of people out there like, oh my god, Halo, oh my god, Call of Duty. Well, I say, fuck Call of Duty, and that is not a real game, okay? Because real games, okay, are, what do we have here? Sonic 2 for Sega. We have Super Mario 3 for Nintendo. And if you're gonna tell me that Call of Duty comes close in any way, shape, or form to this next game, you're out of your fucking mind. And that's all I have to say. But so you're gonna tell me that Call of Duty would be considered on the same plane as this right here? No, I don't think so. So that's why I only work with real games, okay? I don't even have a copy of Call of Duty to even show you because I don't want that piece of shit in my house. So that's neither here nor there, and let's move on. Alright, so like I said, we're going to be working with Gradius 2, and I'll be taking this all apart, showing you exactly how I do it, step by step, all the way. So let's get cracking. Okay, so this is everything you're going to need. You're going to need a drill gun, ruler, the Famicom cartridge that you want to work on, Gorilla Glue. I really prefer Gorilla Glue since it works the best. You're going to need your mini Phillips head for when you start putting the screws in, a marker to make the markings with for your measurements, where you're going to drill the holes. You're going to need scissors to cut the plastic anchors. And you're going to need a drill bit and the 2 screws that you're going to be putting in. So now let me give you a better shot of what some of the things look like. Alright, so these are the type of screws that you're going to need. They are mini Phillips heads. They are 1/2-inch wood screws, and I got the gold ones because I think they, they look cooler. And here's the box that I got that came with it. I got them at Ace Hardware. You probably get them at Home Depot, Lowe's, anywhere where they're gonna have stuff like that. So these are 1/2-inch wood screws with the flat top. Make sure it says flat top up here, because when you drill the hole, the flat top part of the screw is what's gonna sit on the top there. And then the drill bit. This is a 2mm drill bit. It's a little over 1/16. Now it doesn't say the exact size on here, but measuring it out, it's about 2 millimeters. But you're gonna figure that out for yourself, because when you start to, when you get ready to drill the holes, you're just gonna match up the bottom size, or the bottom part of the screw with the bottom of the drill bit, and you're gonna do this and get like a kind of like a guesstimate of what size drill bit you're gonna need. So that's what I did with mine, and I used this one. This one's 2 millimeters. Okay, and with the plastic anchors, these were the shortest ones I could find. They're about 7/8, so they're just over 1/2 inch, and they're the smallest ones. They still fit perfectly with the 1/2-inch screws. So we're just gonna take our scissors, and we're just gonna slice off the bottom part here when we glue these into the bottom part of the cartridge. Okay, so we're gonna do this all in 5 easy steps. Yeah, I know by looking at all this you wouldn't think it's only 5 steps, but it is. It just takes a little bit of time, especially with the anchors, because you need to let them dry because of the Gorilla Glue. But yeah, it's only 5 steps. I'm going to show you step by step. You just follow along, easy as that. So the first step being, we need to break this son of a bitch open and rip off the tabs. Okay, so if you're having a little trouble with yours like I am, you just grab your handy dandy mini flatheads and you just pry them apart. So you just start on the side. You're going to have to pull it apart a little bit. Get in there and try and just start twisting. Just start twisting in here, and you'll eventually crack it. Like that. There you go. Boom. And that's all she wrote. And you're just gonna have to get over here and get the other one. Pull it open this way. You'll hear it crack a little bit, but that's fine. That's just the sound of the tabs just getting unhooked from their slots up on this side. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to our next step of trimming the anchors and putting them in and gluing them in there. Okay, so these are the plastic anchors that we're going to trim to put inside the cartridge. So first things first, we need to shorten them so that way they fit inside the cartridge. Okay. So as you can see, these anchors, they have a like a smooth flat surface on the top here, and then it goes into like the rigid surface where you would like say push them into a piece of wood or the wall. Alright, so just where the smooth flat surface meets the first ridge is where we're going to cut it. So it's pretty much the halfway point. Okay? So let's get our scissors. And I'm going to get right in between that smooth surface and the ridge, the first ridge, and we're going to cut it. Okay. And there you go, that's what it looks like afterwards. Okay, so now we're going to start gluing. So we have our Gorilla Glue. Make sure you have some paper towels here ready to go to catch some of the glue or wipe it off if you need to. We got our plastic anchors right here. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to put a huge dab of glue right on the inside of the corner here, and right on the inside of the corner here. You're going to see a little pocket inside here, inside the edge of the Famicom adapter. You're going to see the broken off tab right here, and the tab juts out a little bit, and it creates like a little indent, like kind of like a little rectangle here. That's where the dab of glue is going to go, and that's where the anchor is going to go, and the anchor is going to rest up against the little T-square part of the tab that we broke off. And we're going to do the same thing on this side. Alright, so now since I have the glue ready, I'm going to put huge dab of glue on the inside here. Alright, so now we need to get the tabs inside. Alright, so let's start with the one over here. So you got this huge dab of glue there. Alright, so now now we all know that Gorilla Glue spreads when it dries. Don't worry about the spreading. We can take care of that later. If it spreads into an area where it's not going to work, we can just get a little knife, trim it away. So don't worry about it. Let's just worry about getting the plastic anchors in there. Alright, so scoop a little bit of the glue up, okay, with the anchor. Alright, and we want to get it right inside the edge of that T-square, which is going to be right there. Okay, so now all the Gorilla Glue there is going to seep its way around the plastic anchor, and it's going to hold it in place right there. As just taking a quick little look at it, that's a perfect sitting for that plastic anchor. Okay, now let's get the other one in there. Now we just need to let that sit for probably a day. You're probably going to need to let it sit for maybe, 16 to 24 hours. So maybe like in 12 hours you want to check it, see how it looks, but I would say give it a full day, that way that glue is really set in place there. I'm going to start with this side first. I'm going to get the ruler on there. Alright, I'm going to line it up with the edge. And then I'm going to look for the halfway point between the anchor, okay, which is going to be 5/16. Alright, so I'm going to write 5/16 down on my sheet of paper for the left side of this. Alright. And now I'm going to get the height on it. So I'm going to line up the edge with the middle of the anchor on this side. And then I'm going to go down to the edge here, and that's going to be 3/8. So it's going to be like that, okay? And this is where the plastic anchors are. So when you measure it, 5/16 over, 3/8 up, 5/16 over, 3/8 up, just like that. All right, so now we're gonna put those measurements on the back side of the Famicom cartridge, so we know where we're gonna drill the holes. Okay, so this is the back side of it. All right, we're gonna have a ruler. We're gonna make our measurements. We can either use a pen, a marker, or we can scratch on the measurements with the a screwdriver. Okay, so let's do 5/16. Line it up on the edge. All right, and now let's do 3/8. All right, so I made my first two little hash marks. So now I'm just going to draw them out. Extend the lines until they intersect. We're going to take our marker and we're going to drop a dot right on the intersecting lines. Okay, so now it's time for the fourth step. Alright, so I have a plastic cutting board that I'm just going to place under the cartridge for the drill the holes. Alright. And let's go ahead and get our drill bit inside here. Alright, so let's get in there, roll our sleeves up, dig our hands in and get dirty, shall we? Now make sure you keep this as straight as possible. You don't want to cant it to the side or slant it, keep it as straight as possible. Taking a quick look at it, it looks like they fit pretty flush, pretty flat down on top of the plastic here on the back of the cart. So the holes are a good size. All right. Okay, so let's move on to step 5, which is assemble it. All right, so I'm gonna show you the way it's done with the one I've already made with Final Fantasy. So you can just slide the chip in and out like that. So like I said, you know, you're gonna have the excess glue. You just trim it off with a knife. Chip slides in like that. And you can just tabs in first in the top, push it close, screw it in. Okay, so after you put it together, you're good to go. The only thing I really have to say other than that is just make sure you double check your measurements, because they may not all be the same on every cart. I checked the rest of mine; it was about the same, maybe a little off on a couple other ones, but just double check your measurements, because you want to make sure it's lined up on the anchors. When you're done, you don't have to re-drill any holes or anything like that. That'll just be a huge pain in the ass. So then after that, you're good to test them out on your Famicom adapter. Pop them in your Nintendo and check it out. So we got Rob here, Gyromite. It's got the Famicom adapter inside. Alright, so here's the Famicom adapter. I'm just going to pull out the top. And you're just going to pop in the Famicom from the game that you just worked on. Pop that in. You're just going to screw it back into the cartridge, close it up, pop it into your Nintendo. Good to go. And that's it. Yeah. Pretty much good to go after that. Hate my life. Fuck me. Who cares? Whatever. See you later. You know what really makes me hate my fucking life? Goddamn Famicom cartridges. Shit. Fucking god. I can't talk today. Fucking Famicom cartridges. Yeah, I guess say that 5 times fast. Can't do it. Something tells me that's gonna be in a blooper reel. And get your fucking bullshit star wrench. Fuck me. And no, this one's not a fucking flathead. God damn it. But yep, that's it in closing. Thanks for watching, and hope to see you next time. That was a shitty ass closing.